Look. I got in a big argument with him, and I said, look, man, if it came to your family living where I'm living, would you move your family out?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah.
But how much warning did you have?
None.
He called me at work.
We started moving 3 days. We never did get any warning.
Never.
The only warning I got was when I asked that guy if he would move his family. He said he would move his family. So then I said, we're
the gas company didn't warn you?
Nobody warned us. Nothing.
I said, Roger, I was up all night the night before, and I said, he said, Mom, what's wrong? And I said, well, I'm concerned. I said, we don't know what to do. Do you think the water's going to get up this high? And he said, I don't think so, Mom. I said, all right. So the next morning, I went to work, and I said, Roger, I'm going to work. I said, if you find out anything, call me at work. I wasn't at work an hour, and he called me. He said, Mom, you better come home. I said, oh, no, not really. He says, come home. If you want to save anything, come home now.
I know Roger was the one that warned me as well.
He warned
the church.
The whole block. Listen, this man's...
Yeah, I know. I remember you guys were packing your stuff.
And
Roger was calling every 20 minutes.
Everybody was laughing at us.
Oh, no, except remember that one woman come up and give you a big hug, and she said,
yeah, she was the one that took our advice and moved it.
And where Caleb's mom lived.
Yeah.
They also said they moved because of what
but the other people were like mowing their yard and drinking their beers.
They didn't know what any man was. And they drive by and yell names at us and say,
and the people across the street.
So, you know,
I took people driving up, even Panda come driving up to us and said, what are you guys doing? You don't need to do that. I've lived here 25 years and it's never
Well, you know what? My dad lived there 40.
Well, that's because they had lived there 25 years, and then they told us all it was going to come in at about 24 feet. And you knew 1993 flood, what
That's
that
what I
is.
said.
It didn't even come up in 93.
That was about 19 or 20 feet.
Did you know they had the 1-to-1 ratio in the 80s, but they didn't want to ruin the aesthetics of the river? How do you feel about that?
They could have built.
Well, we're moving. We live in a new home now. That's how we feel.
Is it more expensive?
And we're not happy. I mean, I love the fact that we got a home and we got a big enough home that my daughter can live upstairs. But
And they say we had a choice about what houses we could move into, but there was no house. You had 3 houses to pick from because everybody else out there was doing the same thing, getting their fucking house. Excuse my French.
well, we're looking for certain things. We had to be in a right. Well, you know, I've got a grandson that I've raised since he's been 1, and we.
Everybody has complications.
You have to have schools. You have to have. I mean, I like everything about the house.
And we were told
but
we couldn't
had
rebuild.
inspections of the house, and I paid.
Was that deducted from your jump start by chance?
No.
Okay, good.
This was yes, it was.
Ma.
Yes, they did.
Ma, what's your mortgage now?
Yeah, I was going to.
What you paying for mortgage right now?
How much more? How much more are you having to pay on a mortgage because you had to buy a more expensive place because they wouldn't let you rebuild?
Yeah, how much are you paying right now on your mortgage?
Compared to what you paid before?
Well,
Just give us a ballpark. You're paying
What are you
double?
paying each month? What is the mortgage on that?
Well, because Janet and I split it.
It doesn't matter. What's the total of it?
It's double. It's double.
So it's even for you.
Instead of 300, it's 600.
So it's kind of even for you, but aren't you still paying the mortgage at your old house?
Well, yeah, and she's relying on her daughter to stay with her now. What if her daughter moves out?
So they went from a $300 mortgage to now they have a $600 mortgage plus a $300.
Exactly. It went from a home that she could afford, even if she wasn't working. Even if she wasn't working, she would be able to afford it.
Tina, no.
Don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? Her Social Security would have paid for it. But this is a $600 a month home.
I know one thing, I can't retire.
Exactly. Because
I'm 67 years old. I would love to be able to retire.
You've worked all your life.
I've worked all my life.
not only that, she worked double jobs.
And I will
When I was a
continue
kid,
to work.
she always worked double jobs.
You know?
She worked 7 days a week when I was a kid.
So, you know, I thought my dad's house was going to be the answer. I really did. I thought I'd be able to die there like my dad did.
And then they told us we couldn't rebuild it.
Now who was it that told you guys you couldn't rebuild?
Jumpstart. They told us if we wanted that $25,000
we couldn't
that
have
we
both.
qualified for, the only way we could get it is if we went out and got a new house.
No, I could.
Not to rebuild the one yet.
Not to
They
rebuild
wouldn't.
the one.
They
They
said the house was
couldn't finance both.
beyond repair. But you and I both know.
So they expected you. Why didn't they just fix your house?
I don't know.
I know. I'm on First Street.
Because you guys, did you get a FEMA trailer?
No.
No.
Why
We
not?
were in a motel. You were out there at that
I was
motel
at the
room.
motel.
There was 4 of us in one room. All I could think of. I mean, he was upset. We all had.
I went out and stayed in my truck because there was
and
too
then
many
you
people
went
in
down and stayed in the garage.
And then I went down and stayed in the flooded out garage. Yeah. For a year.
Which he could have gotten in trouble for.
They tried a couple of times. The police came and tried to tell me to get out of there. I said, no, this is my house. I will
Good
not.
for you.
Plus that.
Good for you.
Then they got rid of the porta potties.
Yeah, and I went down
and about that.
Yeah, and they finally put the porta potties back because of what I said.
Because he would get up in the morning to go to the bathroom. And no bathroom. All of a sudden he
And
was
then they brought them all back, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I went down to Channel 2 News because of it. And then when they ran my story, man, the very next day they
Was that
put them all
Roger
back.
on TV? Was that Roger? I said, yes, it was.